Having taken 2 years off from playing tournament professional golf, I decided to bite the bullet and play in my first pro event in over 2 years last week. Now here's how it went, here's my scorecard, and as you can tell I got off to a really solid start, was 4 under through 13, had a little bit of a poor finish, we'll put that down to fatigue, and ended up shooting 1 under 70, so not too bad in the end. But there are a lot of positives to take away. Now one of the massive things that I changed, which I never used to do, was how I approached this event, how I got ready for the event. Now if you can incorporate the same things I'm going to teach you today, you are going to play some of your best golf. And the great thing is it only takes 5 minutes. So what is it that I used to do approaching events? Well, for me before, I used to get very technical. I used to look at my swing, make sure it was in perfect positions, trying to make sure everything was exactly where I want it. But what ended up happening was I kind of talked myself out of playing well, because I used to go, oh, my technique's not perfect, I'm not going to play good golf. How can I play good golf if my swing's not perfect? Well, here's the thing, is there is no such thing as perfect in golf. So for me, my focus in that 3-week build-up that I had to the event was not technical. It was very, very small amount of technique. But actually what it was all about was controlling my strikes and making sure I can consistently hit it in the middle of the face, which sounds uber basic, I know, but it is crucial. And number 2 is just returning this club back into a good position at impact, because we need to understand that, look, the golf ball does not know what your swing looks like, it just knows how it's been hit. So the first exercise I did is what I call the stop drill. Now here's the thing, I know so many golfers roughly understand what impact should look like, and again it changes for every golfer, but as a general rule we want to see some shaft lean at impact if we're hitting an iron, we want a little bit more weight on the left leg, we need some hip rotation, shoulders will be squared or slightly open, and the position looks something like this. Now the really funny thing that I see is that when golfers do practice swings and you actually freeze them in their practice swing at impact, they look like this. Their face is pointing way off to the right. So if you are that golfer who goes, oh yeah, my practice swing's really good, but when I hit a golf ball it's rubbish, it's because your practice swing's not as good as you think. Reason being is you are rehearsing a wide open club face without realizing and swinging all the way through. Now in a practice swing, we're not hitting the balls, there's no consequences for that. But with this exercise, the stop drill, there is a consequence. So here it is. I'm gonna set up to this golf ball, I'm gonna swing to the top, and I would come down and I would pause right at impact and I would freeze here. Now, if I do it correctly, you can see I come back to a pretty decent position, but look at that, the face is perfectly square. Now, if you are doing this incorrectly, you are visually gonna see this. There, you can see how if I leave the face open, how visibly I can see that very, very obviously right there. Now this is the great thing, is I cannot tell you necessarily what you are going to feel in the downswing, because everybody's very different. We all feel things differently. So the great thing about this drill is if you know what you're trying to aim for, you swing to the top and you come back down, you can find your feels that are going to allow you to A, deliver the right amount of shaft lean, B, deliver a square face. So for me, believe it or not, really weirdly, my feel is I actually feel like I'm really throwing this club away from me, because there's a tendency for me, I get a little bit stuck, I deliver too much shaft lean, and I actually hit it out of the toe because I deliver way too much shaft lean, hit it quite flat. So for me, it feels like I'm throwing this club out, getting it back into this good position. For you, it might be completely different. But the great thing about this drill is it allows you to develop your own feels, ensuring that you are returning that club back to a good position here. Now let me hit a shot for you with my iron, and then I'm going to show you this exact same thing with the driver. So let me show you now what this looks like with the driver, and it's slightly different, more so because we're trying to get back to a slightly different impact position. Now the biggest differences are here is as I come down, we're going to see that the shaft actually wants to be pretty neutral as we come back, and the ball is going to be positioned somewhere level with the left armpit, edge of left shoulder, maybe just outside. It just depends on the shot shape that you're trying to hit right there. But we're coming back more neutral here versus with an iron. Obviously we had shaft lean, but the face still needs to be square. That is the biggest key when it comes to this drill. So if I do this a couple of times, I'm going to go to the top, come back down, pause there. You can see I'm bringing that face nice and square. Do it one more time to the top, back down, coming back, getting that face nice and square, and I'm feeling what it feels like to deliver everything in a good spot. So let me now hit one and show you what this should look like. So the next exercise is gonna help you train a centered strike. Now, why is hitting the ball in the middle of the club face so important? Well, number one, it gives us more transfer of energy between the club head and the ball, basically meaning you're gonna hit the ball further. And number two, it helps you hit the ball straighter. As soon as we start to hit the ball towards the toe or heel, gear effect takes over and it starts to produce curvatures to the shot. It also changes the spin rate, especially when it comes to the driver, can make that ball curve very much offline. So again, we've got a really simple drill here, and that's the whole point of this, is to sort of get away from super technical things, get away from all these crazy swing thoughts, make it a little bit more sort of athletic, a little bit more hand-eye coordination based. So all you need is 2 alignment sticks. So create a channel and point this channel roughly down to where you want to hit the ball. So this is going to help us, number one, train a nice centered strike, and number two, is going to help us with the club path. So as you can see here, this is a relatively simple sort of starting point. If you want to make this harder, you can narrow that channel up. The aim of this drill, very simple, is to be able to swing down, not hit any of the alignment sticks, hit the golf ball and all the way through. Now, if you're hitting off mats, when you do sometimes hit it, the mat causes it to kind of jump. So it might look like you've hit it, when in the grand scheme of things, you'll be able to feel if you've hit it or not. But ultimately, this is a really great exercise to help you train that middle contact. Now, why does it help you with your path? Well, if you're a little bit too excessive in to out, you would clip the inside alignment stick first, the golf ball, and then the outer alignment stick. If you're a little bit out to in, you might clip the outer alignment stick first, the golf ball, and then the inner alignment stick. So you can see you're getting punished for sort of too excessive paths. Now also, you can match this up if you hit a certain shape. So if you want to be a little bit more in to out, you can promote this by just aiming this channel slightly to the right. If you want to be a little bit more out to in to hit a fade, you can be kind of promoting this channel by pointing it a little bit left of target. But let me give this a strike right here. You might see these things jump up, but the whole aim is just to be able to make a swing and avoid either of those alignment sticks. So as you can see, that's a pretty decent strike there. I don't think any of them moved, didn't feel anything. Relatively middle strike. And again, doing something like that is so simple, but yet so effective. So that variation was working on your toe and heel strikes, making sure you hit it in the middle of the face and helping with your path. Now there is a variation with a towel that's going to help you with your actual low point control. So if you hit it fat or thin. So as you can see, I've just laid this towel down there. About anywhere from a club head width to a grip width behind the ball is going to be a good sort of space to go. And what this is essentially going to do is it's going to help me start to learn what it feels like to move my low point forwards. If I struggle with fatting or thinning the ball, I'm definitely going to be in a situation where I'm scared of that towel. I might clip it, and from there, again, I'm going to get some direct feedback. So it's going to promote me to want to shift my weight and get my low point after the golf ball. So you can see, this is very much an all-in-one drill. It's helping us hone in more on the strike, and the strike is so important because that's gonna help us get better results in terms of ball flight, which is gonna help us out there on the golf course. So let's give this one a go. Let's see if I can hit the ball in the middle of the face, miss all of the alignment sticks and the towel, and let's see what the result looks like. Now, when it comes to the driver and these alignment sticks, obviously you're not actually going to be able to hit them. Sometimes you can substitute these for head covers, so head covers either side. But I like this as sort of like a runway. I kind of picture it like a runway because with a driver as well, we're trying to sort of hit up on it. And this just helps me in terms of just making sure my path doesn't get too excessive into out, out to in, nice neutral spot. And again, you can blend this together with sort of that impact rehearsal feeling right there, making sure you come back to a good spot. So again, just a really nice sort of simple drill. Point this where you want to aim it. If you want to hit more of a draw slightly to the right, more of a fade slightly to the left, so same principles. And again, it just offers a really nice visual. So let me show you here what this one should look like. Now, I am playing more events this year. I have actually entered Open qualifying, so I know a lot of YouTubers do the road to the Open. If you want me to do some videos kind of similar to theirs, then let me know. Drop it down below, any sort of video requests, how I would practice, stuff like that. More than welcome to do loads and loads of videos on that. So let me know if you're interested in that, and if you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you back here soon.